Hi, my name is Jeremy Hamm, and this is my story. Growing up, uh, I grew up in church. I never really knew the true meaning of I guess, of being in church and knowing what Christ could really do for you at that time. It came later on, kind of right into my youth years, and my mom and dad, kind of had some things going on, ended up in divorce, and that was kind of when everything took a turn for me. The church at that time, being as little as I was, I could sense the eyes glaring on my family and me, and I know they weren't looking at me that like I'd done something wrong, but to me it felt like it, and kind of just turned my whole outlook of the church away, and I that's when I said, I don't want to be a part of this, and kind of push God on away for years, all through college and till marriage. My wife had, a few years after being married, she had a bad thing with a doctor, and ended up, I about lost my wife. And it's funny how sometimes when things are starting to look tragic for your family and everything else, you go back to leaning on God a little bit, and I knew, deep down inside, we weren't living right. But when that happened, and my wife, she told me that, she said, "Honey, I think we need to get back in church." And I said, "Yeah, we do." And started back to church over at Brother Rick was at Fleetwood at the time, and just started feeling God, start doing some things in my life, little by little, same way it is now, every day. But I had a foul mouth, didn't care about anybody, and I know a lot of that had to do with my childhood, coming up. Caused a lot of rebellion from me. I didn't, really realize it at the time until I, got further in life and started realizing that had a big impact on me. My anger, really just violent nature that I had, and the drugs and alcohol, just trying to drown everything out. When we got back in church, God started speaking to me of, doing some ministry work and stuff, and I was still kind of tugging back at him. No, you don't want me to do that. It just took me some time. I said, "God, if you really want this," I said, me and you's got to be right before anything can happen, me doing worship and stuff, because if I'm not living right and if I'm not doing what you want me to do, God, it's not going to be real. And I just found myself searching for something better than what I had. I just had to take that step, and oh my goodness, wow, that's since that's happened in my life, I can't explain what all God has done for me and my wife and my family, and how much He's just calmed my whole nature down of the way I talked, the way I thought about life. But I'm so thankful that He chose me. It's just awesome being able to, personally just know where I've been and where I'm at today, and the joy it is in just being able to lead worship every Sunday for you guys. And guys just got a smile on my face all the time, and at work, wherever, and everybody, I've got my headphones in, listening to music, and everybody's like, "Man, what are you smiling about?" I listen to praise music, man. I'm getting my praise on while I'm at work. Just being able to see, you don't even know that you're impacting people sometimes. And a guy the other day just come up and said, "Man, I heard something about you today." And I said, "You did? Was it good or bad?" He said, "I heard you was a Christian." I said, "Yeah, man." It's those moments right there that you never know who's watching, just being able to walk in God's light every day is just an awesome thing. It's a passion of mine, and it's just something that He works with me daily on, and knowing that God accepts me for who I am, what I've done. It's just powerful, and I praise Him every day for it.
This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long.